Okay, I'm gonna go over a little glass cutter rule of thumb. Rule of thumb. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a pattern that you would find in a piece. You know, you're making. Let's just say something like that. A leaf, and has a curve on the bottom. All right. Try my best to stay in the camera. What you want to do, taking a pattern like this, you got a pointed end here. Oh, they're both pointed. It tapers down from the thick side here to a thinner side. So the rule of thumb, I might say that a few times. Rule of thumb is you always want to cut this side first, because when you break the second side, you have a better chance of not breaking things the way they shouldn't be broken. So what you do, and you're going to see something new here. Let me show you how I hold down a pattern. You put your pattern down. First of all, you got a little bend coming up. You want to relax it a little bit. Make sure she's curving downward. Right, lays flat. And then what I'm doing is I'm holding 2 fingers out to extend this pattern. I'm going to take a very old glass cutter. This cutter actually has a good wheel in it. I think it's is that a Fletcher? Has the bearing. The bearing is solid brass. It's not a roller pin bearing. The solid brass bearings actually cut smoother. Not actually, they do cut smoother. So here, we want to make sure our pattern's not going to move around. So we're going to start up here. A little shaky. Come down. Come off the bottom. Yeah, I do a lot of snapping by hand. This is actually very thick green water glass. What I want to do is make sure the pattern is where it should be. You see, I cut this side first because it's going to give me something to hold on to snap, to get this off. And here, you can do the same thing. I'll do the same thing. Put the pattern down and holding with your fingers. And come up. Come on. That's not supposed to happen. All right, come up here. I'm not in my environment. Please bear with me. And when you draw a cut, you want to do is slowly but steadily follow the pattern. Here, we're not going to snap that yet. We're going to come in here. I'm going to take this piece off. Now, you don't really need a relief cut here, but I'm going to do it anyway. It takes off extra glass. Well, see, you didn't need it. But then you could come in and snap it. And then here, what I was saying about the taper, you could hold down here and get right onto the bottom and snap away, snap down. The cutter is actually pivoting on my finger, and then you swipe away. Here's your piece cut. And it's right to the pattern. Yeah. Beautiful fit. You can see. And being we didn't have grinders, we just come in here and take off that point, give a little knockdown. This one's not important. A lot of times we didn't knock them down, but just a little knockdown. Right? And that's a typical leaf that you would find in an iris or what have you. And green water glass actually, it's easy to cut, but it's not as easy as say a double rolled or, because you have the bumps in it. The backside is less progressively bumped as the front side. And I've heard people talk about having issues. You go up and down. The thing is, and I push the draw cutting quite a bit because I give reasoning. I just use that cutter. Let me try this one. This is a newer Fletcher, gold band. It's carbide. It's got a 7mm wheel. When you draw cut, the kinetic energy of the cut, you can hear it. You can hear it jumping up and down those bumps. But what's going on is the kinetic energy of drawing this way, you're pulling in a downward toward you direction. You work right through those bumps. You can hear me going over the bumps. Now, if you take a push cutter like this, actually I'll be more. I'll demonstrate even better. With a push cutter, the silver schnitz, and they say point like that. If you use the cutter like this, you come off the edge, you're gonna whack the edge of the glass. I'll say it on every video. Screw faces up. My point is when you push, and you start hitting these bumps, see how the cutter starts losing control. See, I'm all shaky because I'm not a pusher, but I could feel the cutter wants to move this way and that way because you don't have that same kinetic advantage going this way. See? Even if you use one of these pencil cutters, you're better off pulling you towards you because you get more of the kinetic energy and control coming towards you. And this one, I felt it was losing its grip, wants to go to the right or left. And this will break. They both break. This one I'm going to see if we have an issue because it was going up and down. But it still worked. But you could feel it was trying to run off and do its thing. His own mind. But again, with the hand cutter, come in right here. You get superior control over the whoop-de-doos, the roller coaster ride. Just wanted to point that out. And you'd see I cut a leaf with the bumps and this glass spectrum, it's very forgiving. Not many heavy lines in it like a Kokomo or other art glass that has a lot of folds in it. So it's actually easy to cut. It's just the bumps become an issue, and it's a little bit on the thick side because of the bumping. All right, so just wanted to make that quick video showing how to use a. I'm going to do one more on another piece of spectrum here, and this one I'm going to. So I like to clean my wheel by doing this. Another one. I'm doing the video, so you want to have a little space, and then from the top, it's you can get closer, but give yourself a little space. You could use your thumb, you could use your fingers, you could spread out like this. It'll have a little bit of oil. And again, I'm not in my environment, so it's very difficult for me to see. But like that. Now the pattern may move around, it doesn't matter. After you make your score, you just want to get the score. So you come in, put your one finger on top, line it up. And you can line up your pattern, see everything's lined up. Now carefully put it down. And then come back. So you got a little curve out, little curve in, little curve out, come off the end, and then get this while you can, instead of adjusting your pattern. Take it off, and again, a relief cut. I'll try to do the relief cut this time. Well, it did the whole thing. If you need it, you can get in there and snap better. And here, you see these grouses are very worn out. You can grab it down here, or use the breakers, right at the bottom, and snap it off. Being you have the breaker grouser pliers in your hand, no reason to go back to the cutter. Flip it over and get right to the point. And I'm very gently going down. That just takes that real nasty point away. So when you copper foil, you're not piercing yourself or piercing the foil. And then you put your pattern up. You can see this glass is exact to that pattern. There's no disputing it. There's no questioning whether this is going to fit in your stained glass window. You take both of these greens I cut, put them both together, and squeeze them so they line up perfectly. You can see everything. It's not a matter of close, it's a matter of exact. You could do well with tracing and trying to get right on that line, but you got to go through the tracing process. You got to follow that line. You got to. There's a lot of room for error. You cut right to the pattern. It's done. It's gonna fit what you're cutting. You don't have to second guess the fit and grind it to make it fit. You cut to your pattern. That's cut with pattern shears. You cut your pattern, your whole thing out. If your glass fits this, it's gonna fit your window without question. All right? I just wanted to share that little video today. I'm going to do some more inside cuts showing reliefs. You know, I mean, I was going to show it now, but I'm going to do another video. I just wanted to show you the rule of thumb. You know, cutting from using the glass, the thickness of the pattern to your advantage when you break it. You break it from here. You have something to hold on to. And when the glass breaks off, has a better chance of breaking successfully. All right? With that, I'm going to close off. Please like and subscribe. You'll get to see more great stained glass videos. You take care.